Transition to high school. Keep them staying right here. Yeah, it's like
Ish.
based on a pre-reduced number, and then I think we're either like 85. They were like that.
They don't have nothing to do with it.
It depends.
Gladly pay 20%.
Welcome everybody to tonight's meeting. This is an organizational meeting, so I will have the gavel for a few minutes and then quickly pass it along to our president. So let's start by saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call vote for attendance, please.
Linda Anderson.
Present.
Tom Ederfer.
Here.
Mark Kuchar.
Present.
Brad Doobie.
Present.
Bonnie Holstein.
Present.
Chris Rabish.
Here.
Gary Yaros.
Here.
All right, so our first business will be the election of officers, and I will start with the first one with the president, and then when that is concluded, I will hand over the gavel to continue through the rest of the officers. So do I have a motion to nominate the president?
Move to nominate Mark Kuchar.
Mark. Do we have any other nominations for president? Any other nominations? Then I ask for a motion to close nominations.
So move.
Christopher. Do I have a second to close nominations? Support by Mr. Yaros. And we'll have a voice vote to close nominations. All in favor? And opposed? Great. Okay, so that is closed, and we will now do a roll call for the nomination of our president.
Bedford.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Mark.
Yaros.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Doobie.
Yes.
Holstein.
Yes.
Rabish.
Yes.
And Kuchar.
Yes.
That is 7-0. Congratulations, I declare Mr. Kuchar our president. Yeah.
Brings us to the vice president. Are there nominations for vice president? Do they? Do we have any other nominations for vice president? Any other nominations? All right, need a motion to close the nominations?
So move.
Support? All those in favor to close nominations? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we have a nomination for Brad Doobie for vice president. Roll call vote on that, please.
Bedford.
Yes.
Yaros.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Holstein.
Yes.
Rabish.
Yes.
Doobie.
Yes. Yes.
And Kuchar.
Yes. Congratulations, sir. Brad Doobie has been declared as the vice president. Next office is for secretary. Any nominations for the office of secretary?
I nominate Chris Rabish.
Do we have any other nominations? Motion to close. Any other nominations? Motion to close. Yeah, motion to close. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we have motion to have Chris Ravish as secretary. Take a roll call vote on that, please.
Yaros.
Yes.
Doobie.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Bedifer,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Rabish,
Yeah.
and Kuchar.
Yes. Motion carries. Mr. Ravish, welcome to your secretary.
Thank you again.
And last position is for treasurer.
Motion to nominate Tom Bedifer.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations?
Motion to close nominations.
Motion to close, is there support?
Yeah. Support.
For support. We have a motion to close the nominations. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We have a motion to have Mr. Bedifer as our treasurer again.
Yaros,
Yes.
Rabish,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
and then Kuchar. Did I get
Yes.
everybody? Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, Tom.
Yeah, we have. Motion carries. Thanks for being our treasurer again.
Not a problem.
I'd like to thank everybody for showing up tonight, and thank you, board, for being your president. Try to work hard for everybody, and on straight and narrow.
We'll keep you
We will. We don't tend to mince words, I like that. Have any additional deletions, changes to the agenda?
Yes, sir. We gotta add item C under communication for the student rep. And I'd also like to add item D to the non-consent agenda about meeting starting time.
Okay, any other additional deletions or changes? And if not, any motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Support, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. At this time, we have a presentation. I would ask Mr. Paul Stander. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Paul DeSander. I'm Department of Defense, and I work a program called Employer Support for the Guard and Reserve. I'm here today to give a special presentation to one of your members for his fine work and support of our veterans, service members, and I'm really proud to do that. Well, 2 weeks ago, I was in Bay City and presented one of these awards to Mr. Barsha. He's nominated by one of his employees. And the only way you can receive this award, why is it special? Because you've got to be nominated by a service member. That's the only way you can receive it, so it really makes it special. This award I'm going to give out is called the Patriot Award. So the soldier has the right, I'll tell you who that was and what they wrote. It goes all the way up to Washington D.C. to the Pentagon. Then it gets back to us. And then we got 45 days to make sure that it's presented. It's one of these things that just don't plop on the desk. It's one of these things you can make a formal presentation, and because it is a special award. This is the way they come. It's like this, all wrapped up. We don't get many. I'm gonna guess maybe this last fiscal year, we may have had 24 in our area. My area goes from Port Huron over to 127 up to 55. So that's a little bit of windshield time to chase that down. I got about 27 Guard and Reserve units and 30,000 family members that I chase around. And it's fun at times and not so fun sometimes. So I'm going to go over, before I present this award, Well, what is ESGR? So I don't want to bore you with a class. If you got business you got to take care of, but I want to take a second and go over this little card I just gave you. That's my lesson plan. Okay? So, employee support for Guard and Reserve started in 1972. What happened significant in 1972? Anybody?
Change the voting age.
Huh?
Voting age.
What?
21.
Draft. We entered the draft. Went to all volunteer service. So our representatives knew then we was going to have some way to protect their rights, come back to work. So they passed a law called USERRA, Uniform Services Employment Reemployment Rights Act. And by the way, that was challenged by some big businesses last summer, went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court was in favor of USERRA. They ruled in favor of it. So some of the things we do that's really fun, it just kind of outlaws the one side, your job is protect, your job is protected. You look at that, that's what the requirements are of the provide prior notice to an employer. Serve under honorable conditions. Return to work according to the USERRA guidelines, and down in the left-hand corner tells you what those guidelines are. So I won't get into great detail about that, but on the other side, it kind of gives what I'm here for today. So we recognize, inform, and they do have ombudsman as a mediator. They're not the skilled, they're not the union rep. They try to mediate what don't you understand about USERRA so they can get an understanding. You know, sometimes our service members aren't totally honest with you either. They may say they have Guard Reserve duty, but really they just went to a bachelor's party or Super Bowl party or something like that. That happens, all right? So we are about like Ivory Soap though, like 98.6% pure. So we're pretty good at resolving the issue to everybody's satisfaction. Your satisfaction and the service member's satisfaction. So one of the biggest things we do is like try to recognize, and that's what this is tonight. We see somebody doing something good, we want to recognize it. And Mr. Kozak, you did something good. So we're here today to honor you in Pinconning schools. So on recognition also, there's other awards you can win. Above and Beyond award, example above and beyond award. The soldier is gone and somebody says, well, I'll make sure your grass is cut, your driveway's plowed while you're gone. They don't have to do that according to you, Sarah, but they do that because we try to recognize that too. So anyway, without getting into great detail, this is the award. Comes in a nice little case like this, like you see at any military. And the information in here is classified. Got a classified color on it. It's classified. Come on up here. So I got to make sure this information that I'm about to read doesn't fall in the wrong hands because it's for official use only. So I don't want them arrested me for this. So this is a soldier who made the recommendation. Thank you very much, Sergeant Keenan. Thank you very much. He thought so highly of you that he took the time to write this. Mr. Koshak routinely asked how I was doing while deployed. What made it different from others was that he followed and asking how my family was doing during as well. There wasn't anything exceptional as far as parades or other grand loss gestures. The difference is quality. Mr. Kochak asked as a sympathetic way. It was clear that his thanks, his concerns for my well-being was genuine and serious. That's really deep. Thank you very much. Let's give this man applause. Well, Andy, come on up here. because this has got to be presented by your soldier, okay? So I don't know how you know him.
Known for a long time.
This is the award. And Mr. President, we have something for you to sign too in a minute here. But go ahead, present this award, let me get a, I can't bring my phone.
We'll
I
get
got a phone.
There's everybody.
I'm gonna arm you with my email so you can send me some pictures too, okay? Because this will be posted nationally tomorrow. Get up close, you get a good one.
You get one.
Get it?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, right over here by the president.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I want both you back up over here. Okay. Because on the other side, there's a certificate statement of support for Pinconning area schools. And it has four bullets here, and it's signed by the Secretary of Defense. And the bottom line says, the Pinconning schools will continually recognize, support our country's service members and their families in peace, crisis, and war. Do you believe in that?
Absolutely.
If you will. Gotta get a picture here. Look at him signing. Very good. I think there's other copies here you can sign at a later date. Don't have to do it right now. But Mr. Kolachak, will you be the keeper of this award for the school?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you for that. Nice unique reward and award, something good to be recognized, and all employers should follow through with that. Not all of them do, so thank you. And Brad, thanks for highlighting that and recognize that.
Mr. Kozak, I got one other thing to give you. The Department of Defense now considers you a patriot.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders.
Welcome new board members and old board members. Take care of your business. We need you bad. One of the thankless jobs is right down at the grassroots where it happens.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Community comments. Anybody like to address the school board at this time? Anybody like to address the board? Okay. Spartan Spotlight.
Me. I would like to present the board with today's Spartan Spotlight, Mr. George Shireen. Mr. Shireen has taught metal shop, wood shop, engineering, robotics, drafting, computer science, English, and keyboarding at the high school and middle school level over the past 16 years. This year, he agreed to take on the school to work coordinator position, which included paperwork, checking in with students, and traveling to businesses to make sure things were set in the right way. Within his time at Pinconning, he has written many grants and has been awarded over $150,000. Mr. Shireen has instructed students within the metal shop class that has produced projects that resulted in regional and state level championships at MITES. Anybody know what MITES is? Michigan Industrial and Technology Education Society. I know the one year we had the big thing here in our gym where they came from all over the state competition. So many awards have come out of his classroom. Mr. Shireen has been willing to learn how to safely run new pieces of equipment over the years as we have received them, many from the grants that he has written. He has also been a coach for the Loose Connections, the Pinconning High School robotics team, for the past 9 years. This group spends time after school and on weekends and offers a unique opportunity for our students. They won the 2020 district championship and were runners-up in 2022. Mr. Shireen has also been the president of the Pinconning Education Association, which is our teachers union, for 7 years. I appreciate Mr. Shireen's communication regarding our teachers and their possible concerns. A quote from a teacher is, "Mr. Shireen is a dedicated teacher who motivates and inspires his students to create amazing pieces that allow them to celebrate their own passions and interests. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Shireen for his hard work and dedication to the Pinconning Area School District.
Did he have to make his own flag?
No. And he is in the process of building a house right now, so every minute he has outside of all of that stuff I just talked about, he's inside the house and working on it, so he wasn't able to be here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve the consent agenda and pay the bills at $1,172,528.78.
Support. We have motion and support. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Are you doing that or am I?
Abatafer,
Yes.
Ravitch, yes. Anderson,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Yaris.
Yep.
Kuchar,
Yes.
7-0.
Thank you. Motion carries. Communication, Mr. Coulter.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, that was very nice and a nice surprise from Mr. Keenan to have that. That's great for our school, and we were pretty honored to have Mr. Keenan do that work for us for the past year. You know, that was great. So we were happy to have him back. January is School Board Recognition Month. Across the state, there are more than 4,000 school board members who dedicate countless hours of hard work to improving education for Michigan children. We are fortunate to have these 7 board members working for the students and stakeholders of our community. I hope everyone will be able to read the letter in the Pinconning Journal this week describing our appreciation and kind of clarifying many of the things that they do and how important they are to the process and things that go on here at the Pinconning area schools. So throughout the month, we hope to have things for you highlighted, some different things from different groups. I'd like to start off with the Certificate of Appreciation, and I will pass these out first. And then one more thing, Linda Anderson, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Betafer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kuchar, President. Thank you.
Thank you.
Doobie. Thank you very much. Dean. Thank you. Thank you. One thing that I would like to quickly run past you, I don't know what your feelings are, and you don't have to answer this right now, but I was at a school. It was probably 6-7 years ago, and outside of their gym, in their lobby, they had such a cool display with like acrylic 8x10 frames, just clear, and it said school board and had their pictures up. There was no information, no phone numbers, no anything like that, but it was just recognition of their school board members. And I've thought about that since then, about how cool that was to be able to see those school board members on there. So that is something I would like to look into. If you, for some reason, if some of you say, "Oh, we would rather not," I get it. We'll talk about it in the future. But I think that's one thing that was really neat that I've seen and I've kind of kept in the back of my mind that I would like to see that for Pinconning at some time. So we'll talk about it. But I wanted to at least bring it up for you to see. Okay. Project updates. Sound system in the stadium. I continue to try to get some quotes and some bids from companies. Not real easy. They haven't been flying to us to get those. I recently, actually today, went out and was asked to take some pictures of the equipment that we have. So that process is continuing, and hopefully soon we'll have enough bids and we'll be able to look at some numbers and see if that's something we can have up and running before our graduation commencements this spring. Hendrick completed their walkthrough over break. I haven't heard anything, seen any reports yet. It was only a week ago or so. So that's something I know that you've questioned and asked because they said they were going to do that. So hopefully we get some information on that in the near future. Digital display in the gym lobby area. Some of you may have seen it kind of looked like an old iPod white that was next to the concession stand, and there was a screen, and that's where you would touch it and see the old years of graduating classes. Well, that computer is no longer working. So I have been looking at ways of getting that back because we have community members and people love going there and looking at their old pictures. The first one that I had seen and I looked at and it looked great, it was kind of like a 55-inch TV with very thick tempered glass so it would not break, and did a lot more than the old one did, but it was $14,000. And I put in for a grant for that and received $3,300 for that, which is not really in the ballpark. So I continued to look in other places within Michigan. I found 2 or 3 other places. One of them was great to work with. They asked us what we were looking for, and they did get that down. I think it was $7,000. They dropped it. They were able to get it down to there. So looking at it, in case you see or hear people saying, why is that shell sitting there and our screen's gone? That's something that we are working on, and we're going to try to get that up in the near future as well to have those pictures. And it will do a lot more than the one that we had. There can be, commercial type things if we want to do some advertising and videos, announcements. So some good stuff coming from there. And you may have seen our central outdoor freezer. The walkway roof is now complete. We've been hearing about that for a few months. Actually, since I started in August, we knew that this winter we did not want to have the ice and the water where the cooks were walking out and getting stuff out of the freezer. That is now complete, so we're very happy to have that completed. Any questions about any of those projects before I move on? And cardiac team. You may have seen the story on the Buffalo Bill football player who went into cardiac arrest on the field last week. Our health resource advocate, Mr. Fabrera, did a great job last week. He sent a message out to all of the staff members, a really nice summary of what our cardiac response team does, what it's for, and how it can be improved. He outlined our future steps, and he has discussed with me the possibility of the Pinconning schools becoming a My Heart Safe school. And what this means is it's that our school has done everything possible to prepare our school for a cardiac event and to be able to provide the effective care when needed. So there are a set, you can get this kind of stamp of approval that you are a heart safe, MI, My Heart Safe school. And we are going to be looking into that. We have the AEDs, but it will ask us to do a few more things, like have drills. Instead of having a fire drill, we would have a cardiac response drill so the people know where to go. It's a really great process, and I was very happy that Mr. Fabrera was taking the lead on that, and we'll have our students safe. That is all I have for my communication. Thank you. Any questions?
Reports from administrative staff.
I just wanted to give the board a quick update on the band pictures. We have looked over the entire district. We're unable to find them. The photographer was able to reprint them. They are in our possession, and some of the kids have already started receiving them. So that situation taken
Ginger,
care
you're
of.
happy with that?
Yep, we're good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Other administrators? Dr. Ron?
Just some neat things going around the building. Mr. Kowalczyk and I were invited by Mrs. Moran to do mock interviews with the senior project class last week, and it's super neat to see our seniors getting out there preparing for their future. Very professional. They've been prepared awesomely, and it's really neat to see because it's only January, so I see really great things in our kids that are going out in the future, goal setting and all the great things. I guess Kyle will probably talk about final exams, but we're getting ready to do our middle of the year assessments and keep rolling on.
Okay, just some staffing updates. We are in the process of hiring our senior secretary. Had interviews last week and had one today. Looking to have them do like a job shadow for half a day just to kind of get them in the position and kind of feel a little bit of the crazy that goes on in the mornings and all that kind of stuff. So hoping to have that position filled by the end of the week. Our math teacher position is still open. We're still looking to hire a midday custodian. The solutions committee, I had just recently talked with a couple of students to kind of take the lead on creating a solutions committee or an advisory committee for the students. So there'll be 2 student representatives at each grade level in the high school. So 2 freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Basically, we're going to get together once a month. The students are going to come up with things that they'd like to see improved. We're going to have conversations and just basically have like a little bit of a think tank to get their voice involved in their own school, because obviously they're a big part of what we do here. So they're really excited about getting that together, and that process is rolling. I sent out a little, what you call it? What are those things called? Google. Yeah, survey. Good, thank you. Sent out a survey to parents today at the middle school, high school for the parent advisory committee. We did that last year and had a lot of good feedback. We had already 5 parents sign up. Same kind of thing, bringing stakeholders from the community to talk about things in the school that they'd like to see, that they're liking and that we can continue with, and some things that we can maybe change, and just getting some of their input so we can possibly look at that as we move forward. So that committee's being developed, and we're hoping by the February board meeting that'll be our first official meeting. So that's the goal for that. And also our solutions committee. So the teachers, another important stakeholder in our school, we're working to create a solutions committee so that when things are, maybe gripes or anything that they want to bring to the attention of the committee, we all get together, again, have another think tank to where we can solve some of the problems that we're facing. So really excited to get that started in the new year, and it's moving forward, and I'll look forward to updating you on that regularly as we get started. Also tutoring, we're going to be starting tutoring next semester. Getting information out at the start of next week to parents and students. Basically to offer tutoring. That's been one thing that I've been hearing from parents, is they'd like to see more tutoring opportunities. So we're going to answer that call and start that next semester. Next semester, next week.
Other administrators? Thank you. Student representative.
Student Council. The members of Student Council would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to local businesses, community members, and student organizations that donated to the holiday extravaganza assembly. Student Council was able to give away over $2,000 in gift cards to over 130 students. Our learners and future leaders are incredibly lucky to have the support of our community. Before the holiday break, 33 members of Student Council participated in holiday readings at Central Elementary. Student Council members were able to practice the public speaking skills, while students at Central Elementary had the opportunity to celebrate the season while seeing positive high school role models. The members of Student Council are busy preparing for Coming Home 2023. Coming Home will be the week of February 20th through the 24th. Final exams. Teachers and students are busy preparing for the semester 1 exams, which will be given on Thursday and Friday of this week. Teachers and students are also looking forward to a fresh start when semester 2 begins on Tuesday, January 17th. SAE. The Pinconning High School SAE Holiday Bell Sale raised $490, which will be donated to the Pinconning Area Emergency Food Pantry. This donation will go a long way towards replenishing the food pantry after the holiday season. Senior Project Class. Like Dr. Braun said, members of Ms. Moran's Senior Project Class participated in mock interviews on Thursday, January 5th. Students completed a minimum of 2 interviews. A huge thank you to community members who gave the interviews, including Bill Moran from Charter Spectrum, Teresa Foldy from Independent Bank, Mike Stoner, Mary Fox, and Cindy Lavasser from Rotary, Melissa Shark from Green Hills, Kevin Shark from the Bay County Road Commissioner, Craig Bart from Pinconning Journal, and Andy Kowalczyk and Dr. Braun from Pinconning High School. Bowling. The bowling team competed in the mid-season individual competition on Saturday in Beaverton. Out of 56 competitors, the boys placed as follows: Ethan Miller in 12th place, Griffin Warren in 13th place, Logan Milliman in 15th place, Dylan Krebbinghouse in 31st place, and Jacob Stoneman in 7th place. The girls placed Layla St. Peter in 12th place, Casey Ray Krebbinghouse in 27th place, Alexis Strauss in 32nd place, Madison Gorchek in 34th place, and Cassidy White in 44th place.
of good things going on this week. Just want to introduce yourself so everybody knows.
Oh, I'm Taylor Moran.
Thank you. You're in the junior class.
Yes.
All right, we're on to the non-consent agenda. Item 8, reading of the curriculum guide, 2023-24 curriculum guide.
Move to approve the first reading.
Support. Motion support. Any discussion? Do you have any?
I did talk to Miss Palmaville about this because I wanted to make sure that you realize this is a yearly thing. We have a few new board members, and there should be the changes. Are they highlighted in yellow? And anything that was taken out should have been a cross through it. Just Miss Palmaville had thought that there was a front page that listed what the changes were, so you didn't have to read through the whole thing that has never been changed. Do you have that? Is that in there?
It's stated.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make
Put
sure.
it in the notes.
Good. I want to make sure that you had the notes to know what the changes were. Okay, great.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, the fiber E-rate
I make a motion to approve the Master Electric for the remote fiber E-rate project at a cost not to exceed $25,998 contingent on E-rate funding.
We have a motion, we have support. Support. Motion support, any discussion on this item? Roll call vote, please.
Bedifer,
Yes.
Yaris,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Ravitch, yes, Kuchar,
Yes.
7-0.
Motion carries. Next is the GSRP playground.
I move to approve the playground bid for Game Time Sinclair Recreation at Linwood GSRP to the cost not to exceed $54,850, be funded by the GSRP grant.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Support. Motion support, any discussion on this item? What are we doing with the old equipment? Any plans for
There is none.
There is none. This is some new equipment. It just says it in the one report, I think, just you fill out is just concrete, sand in the area
The
right now.
sandbox, it's age appropriate, so it's just the preschool age grouping, now that we have a Linwood building, or a Linwood class.
Do we own it or is it GSRP program?
That's,
Well, we get-
Let's go back to it.
it's
We get-
questionable if
We get the
we,
grant, so I don't know why it wouldn't be our
I think it's our-
equipment.
it's ours, but if we ever decided to get rid of it, well, it's still within its lifetime, we have to offer it back to the GSRP program.
Okay.
But the lifetime is usually much shorter than what we really keep it.
Any other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Bedifer,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Yaris,
Yes.
Ravitch, yes, Kuchar,
Yes.
7-0.
Motion carries, thank you. And Mr. Bedifer, you would like to discuss meeting start times.
Yes, sir.
What is your proposal, sir?
Idea is to start our regular board meetings here at 5:30. And if there needs to be a committee meeting, that it could happen immediately afterwards. Being our board meetings only last about a half hour anyway, that we get our committee meeting at 6. They last a half hour, you'd be out of here at 6:30. Main reason is we have our administrators and office people and so on and so forth that, you know, basically are out of work at 4 o'clock or 4:30 and they gotta turn around and come back. This way here, I think it would be much more convenient for our employees.
I'll support that motion. I think that was supported as a motion. I don't know.
Well, I haven't yet, but I will.
I don't know if you can do that, made official. Discussion,
Right, that's what it's about.
yeah. Well, we can make it a little bit official.
When would this take place?
I figured to start it like the first meeting in February, give this, finish out January, and then start.
How does this affect our staff that's here for our regular meetings, 5:30. Should we do it? Should not be a problem. I would think it would be acceptable to them. Yeah. Especially like the ones that have to travel a while.
Do you want us to take a vote first?
So you said absolutely not because we're having staff meetings? No, you don't have any.
Not at
Not
5:30.
have any requirements at 5. So, any problem with board members?
It'd be a challenge sometimes, gotta say. It probably will be at times.
It should be fine for me. I get out at 4:30.
Maybe we should do it at 4.
Hey, Brian. We'll be running on better and better. The one consideration I would, I guess, caution auto will just have to handle it as need arises is when we have closed sessions, is those can run at least 20 minutes and if not 45. So, but we've got to post if we're going to have a committee meeting and what time it starts. I would never want to post a committee meeting at 6 o'clock. It'd be nice if we get done with every meeting, 15, 20 minutes, but I think it's better to post those maybe at 6:30 at a minimum. And, we can kind of, maybe it'll be based on how many closed sessions we have on the roster too, but I'm fine with the 5:30. If you want to make it official and do a motion, that's fine.
I'll make that motion to
Support. Yeah.
change your meeting to 5:30.
Any further discussion? Then you're just gonna have to schedule around that.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Everybody else is free, clear, it's free.
Right now, full season, but so it's okay.
All right, we have motion support, seeing no further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Hey, I just might miss once in a while, that's okay, that's okay. Might not be a big deal at all.
Motion carries. Thank you. And that will be effective for starting in February.
February meeting.
Public comments. Anybody like to address the board once again? Anybody like to address the board?
I'd like to make a public comment, but it's not for the board
Yeah,
really.
that's fine. Public comment.
I just want to thank, and I don't know your name, but I see you doing the concert, and it was exceptionally good.
Thank you.
And I don't know all the details, but you picked it up in the middle of something, and anyway, it was excellent.
Thank you, the kids did a great job.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you for that. Discussion items. The board committees. I am looking to shake that up a little bit. Not tremendous, but I know, Lily, you've been on policy forever,
Yeah.
so.
You don't sound so happy in
I
the
got myself off that.
Am I ever not?
No, you and I joined it together,
Yeah.
but you've never requested off, so I gotta.
I just think
Well, we're trying to do
Don't
that.
sound so happy about being there, Linda.
So
Okay.
is there, I guess I would urge you to send me an email if there's something you're very passionate about and want to be part of, and I will try to make that happen. I'm not saying I'm gonna mix this up a whole lot, but I definitely would like to make some changes and get some people who've been on the school board for a bit into different categories so they can have different experiences to draw off and for their expertise. So also having Mr. Yaros, jack of all trades over there will fit you where we need to. So, but if you have, I want to, that's it. Perfect.
It was not with Paul, so.
Okay.
Let's meet you there, that's fine.
No, I just crossed off you and put Gary. Pull one off. All right. Any other questions or comments about that? Any other discussion items? All right. Seeing none, we have a closed session. So we need a motion.
So,
We have a motion to go into a closed session for attorney-client communications. Any discussion? Yep. Need a roll call vote, please?
Vader,
yes.
Yaris,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Ravish, yes, Kuchar,
Yes.
7-0.
Right, thank you. I'd like to thank you for coming. The only business we'll conduct has to do with the attorney-client privilege, and then we'll come back in a open session and adjourn. So, thanks.